let's refactor Auth.Vue layout file that we have created in the previous lesson. And this layout is used by login and register pages. So for example, we can reuse the logo component instead of hard coding SVG code of this icon. And then we can also make this login link work, which should lead to login page. So I'm gonna open up component which currently contains markup of the logo called app header logo. And from here, we don't need everything. We just need the icon itself. So I'm going to take Nuxt link as well as icon component from here and paste it onto register page. Also, we need to move all those classes that are currently applied to SVG element and apply it to this icon component, replacing all existing classes used on this icon. And besides that, there are also a couple of additional classes used on this A element, but we already have all those classes applied to this Nuxt link component, so we don't need to add anything extra. I'm going to remove the old markup of the icon and keep only icon component with Nuxt link. After doing all those changes, the result will be the same. And as for that link at the bottom, which should lead to login page, I'm gonna use Nuxt link component and use proper to attribute with the address of the login page. And actually all those classes that are applied to this Nuxt link component, they are needed only if we're gonna have the text next to the logo, but in this case we have only the logo inside of this Nuxt link component, which means we don't need to use those classes. I'm gonna remove this class attribute completely from here. We're not supposed to see any visual changes. Let's open up register page and make sure that the logo is still shown properly, but this time it is represented by the icon component. Login link at the bottom also leads to login page. So now back to the editor, and I'm going to apply same changes to the login page. Firstly, let's use Nuxt link along with an icon component to show the logo on the login page. Let's remove the old markup of the logo from here. And we'll also have to make that link at the bottom work, which in this case has to lead to the registration page. So I'm gonna use register path. Alright, cool, let's just make sure that we can switch between login and register pages by clicking those links at the bottom of these pages. As you can see, it works. We are redirected to corresponding pages. And you might have noticed that the only difference between registration and login pages is in the form itself. The logo as well as the card remain the same, so we can apply additional refactoring to the Auth layout and move logo as well as markup of the card into the layout, so we don't have to duplicate markup of those elements on both pages. Let's try it out right now. I will take register page as an example, and in here, all of this can be moved into Auth layout component. This is the logo and the wrapper of the card, which contains registration form. So I'm gonna move all those elements into Auth.Vue component. Let's also not forget to close all tags at the bottom of this markup. So this way, the only element which will change between register and login pages will be the form itself that will be injected into the place where this slot component is used. Now let's open up login page and remove all that markup that we have just moved into the layout component. In particular, the logo and the wrapper of the form. We'll keep only the markup of the form in this login component. And of course, those same elements will also have to remove from the register page. Alright, after doing this, both pages, registration and login, contain only the form, because this is the only element which is different between these two pages. And as you can see, as I'm gonna switch between these two pages, everything still looks as before, only the form changes. Link to the source code of this project will be, as always, in the video description.